Welcome back, YouTube. I'm here at Rudy's house, Lone Star 1776. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Matt.
Part two of our little video series here. Back to what I was saying. Prepper community.
Yep.
There's been a lot of things that I've started doing. Getting cast iron pots.
Yep.
Actually, you guys gave me a small kerosene lamp today. That's something that I can keep in the room for in case electricity goes off.
Yep.
Did you see my Hot Wheels tent?
I have not seen that yet.
Oh man, the Hot Wheels tent's great. It rolls up to like this size right here, and I'll just put that in my bug out bag and like tie it on.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
It's just big enough for me and Brandy to spoon in it and be able to stay out of the rain.
Oh, that's very important. You got to keep your priorities straight. No, that's very good. No, I have learned a lot from the prepper community on YouTube too, and one of the things I learned is on Craigslist I bought a 300-gallon tote for like $90. So I can hold 300 gallons of water, and we keep it full and we try to keep it in a dark place so that it doesn't grow bacteria, and put a tarp over it, and I understand about the food storage, and we've tried to prepare ourselves a little bit in that area as well.
And you got a Berkey, so even if you have some problems with that water storage, you can run the water right through the Berkey and clean it up.
Yep. We drink all. We don't drink. We try to filter all of our water that we drink, and I do have the fluoride filters, but I'm told they don't last as long as the regular filters, so I haven't been changing them out like I should. But I try to get the fluoride out, but I don't know that I can get it 100% out, right? But we do the best that we can.
How often do you go camping?
It's been a while. I miss my bed. I do go camping when I have to, but if I have a preference, I like to sleep in a nice bed.
I hear you. Might be a good thing to investigate what kind of beds you can make out of what types of different grasses and things.
Absolutely.
Although if it comes down to that, you might as well just sit out in the house and wait for them to come.
Right. Well, my wife has a sign that we have, and it says "Beware of dog" on one side, but if you turn it over, it says something to the effect of, "If you have a warrant, go ahead and knock down the door. If you don't, say your prayers." So, but I don't expect any trouble, because we don't do anything wrong. But at the same time, I think just. I just trust in the Lord. I do try to learn. I think it's our job to try to prepare, and I do try to have water. I try to have food. I try to have firewood for fires in case we lose electricity. And we have the Berkey in order to filter water in case we run out of the water that we've stored. And so we've tried to prepare ourselves. And but it's hard for me to imagine what the world will be within the next year or two. I try to go beyond what's going to happen after the election and who's going to win and what could possibly happen next, but I just can't imagine it.
Well, that's really where I believe in improvisation. I think that there's certain factors to all of this where none of us can predict exactly what's going to happen, and probably have helped what's going on by putting out the information we've put out there. And not just us. There's a small army of people who are doing videos against the New World Order and who are actively taking part in legal challenges against the things that are happening also.
Yeah.
When we put out that information and that news, it just gives a chance for somebody else who might do something legally with it, or who might be able to do something in their own lives to take that information and keep them from going down a path that's wrong. I think that there's been a lot of roadblocks and resistance to the New World Order, and I think that we've really damaged a lot of it. To me, the New World Order is a mentality. I think that there's legitimately some people who are trying to create world government. Obviously, they've set up the SDR. Obviously, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and different people are very much so involved in trying to do this. And I think that many of them are actually going to accomplish some of the feats that they're trying to do. But there's something to be said about the resistance that's being built, not only in the physical nature, but also in the mental and the mentality nature of the people that we have been speaking to, and that is very important to me.
Yeah, I totally agree. And we learned when we read the book of Genesis that there were those when Moses took the Israelites out of Egypt that wanted to go back and be slaves. I mean, can you imagine? I don't want to associate with anybody that wants to be a slave. I mean, that live free or give me liberty or give me death. That's not a joke, right? I mean, so I do not want to be a slave. I will not be a slave. I will not live my life being subservient to any system that mankind wants to put together. And I want to associate myself of people of like mind, and I want to learn from them. I want to engage with them, and I cannot understand the mentality of having like some sort of comfortable servitude. It's like I just cannot understand that, and we got to somehow wake people up to that. That's not the right path, and but that is what we're fighting a lot, I think, because there are some people that want to be comfortable slaves, and I don't want to have any part of that. And we got to make them understand that they're just fattening you up like cattle for the slaughter. That's what they want to do to us, and but we'll just keep plugging on and trust in the Lord, and hopefully He'll give us a path out of this. But it looks bad right now. But things have looked bad in the past, and the Lord has turned things around. And if we humble ourselves and seek the will of the Lord, I think maybe this thing will turn around. Because at this point, He's the only one who can turn it around.
But one thing I know is the more I've learned about this, the more I've done videos about it, the more I've talked about it and done shows about it and gone out to protest, and I'm just not afraid of it anymore.
No, there ain't nothing to be afraid of, right?
I'm actually excited that we're living in a time and a period that is historical.
Right.
And to know that whatever minuscule thing that we have done in speaking about it and trying to teach people about it has changed some aspect of it. And as far as I know, that's all I can do.
No, we just do what we can do, and we be honest, and I agree, man. It's like there ain't nothing to be afraid of. Fear's got to be out the door a long time ago. And if you're in this, we got to be in it all the way. And there ain't no halfway, halfway in, halfway out. There ain't no lukewarm about it. Either you're all in, and you're going to fight the New World Order, and you're going to do what it takes to free mankind, and you're going to speak up against it and be willing to take whatever ridicule comes their way, or you ain't going to do it, and you're going to go, sit on, there's no half in, half out. It just ain't going to happen, because that's not the way that it's going to work, and they're not going to let you. I think the whole system is going to be pushed to a point where it's going to force everyone to make a decision. And so it's important that people start thinking about that and realize what side they're going to fall down on. And I'm going to fall down on the side of freedom of mankind, the righteous of God, and if I'm not trying to force my religious beliefs on anybody. People can have their religious freedoms, but I want freedom for mankind. And if that means religious freedom, it means freedom of expression, freedom of speech. I want my money system to be honest. I don't want it to be controlled by all these crazy banksters that manipulate the system for their own benefit and rape and pillage the rest of us. And freedom is what it's all about, So that's the side I want to fall down on. And I don't want a bunch of robots that go around and just spewing the same stuff that I say or that you say. I want everybody to be individual free thinkers, and let's to have the right to argue and scream at one another. And I don't want somebody coming squashing somebody down because they don't like me, or I don't want them to squash me down. And I want the America that I grew up in, right? And I think I haven't given up yet. That we can't get it back. I hope we can, and I pray to God that He will turn this thing around. But if He doesn't, well, we'll do what we got to do to get through. Eventually everything will come back, right? Because even if it falls, we got to rebuild it, and I pray to God that He'll let us rebuild it even better. And so I don't know what the future holds, but I'm gonna trust in the Lord. That's all that I can do. So
I agree with you, Rudy. It's been excellent coming here for Thanksgiving.
Well, thanks for coming. I
enjoyed dinner. Your wife did an excellent job. And Brandy did an excellent job on dinner, and
very cool.
I hope to come back again.
I hope to have you back. It's been great having you, and we really enjoy your company when you come out. And I learn a lot of stuff too.
I'm going to put Rudy's link down below, and he is Lone Star 1776 on YouTube. He's been a friend of mine on YouTube for a couple of years. Thanks a lot for letting me do this.
All right, thank you, man. All right, take care. Okay. Very cool. I got to guess the